Here, engraved on the door of the cabinet, a picture that resembles the mythical temple of Solomon.
My name is Peter Englander. And you are, my dear brother?
Wolfgang Mozart, from the chapter Divine Light in Vienna.
Is it so? I myself am from the Highlands. Did you know that the Mason rite was codified in Scotland? That is why I am a bit puzzled when I see how you practice it here.
How was the order established?
Certain brothers dug up some documents that were written by Hiram himself at the time of the foundation of the Temple of Solomon.
This seems like the blueprint for a machine. Cylinders are piled up on top of one another. I wonder what it does.
Sir, you cannot get in without the proper ceremonial attire.
Is Schultz available to meet with me?
The Venerable is very particular as far as etiquette is concerned. He'll only see you when you are fully dressed with the meeting's attire. All the brothers are in, including Keller, the chief of police.
How shall I find the right attire?
You will find the required attire in the cloakroom.
Good evening, Mozart. I am Keller, Master Mason and Chief of Police of Prague. I heard through the grapevine that you may have some money concerns these days. Not to worry, though. I look the other way when a brother is involved. All the Masons are welcome in our chapter. Many treasures are available here, and we share them among those who are initiated. We are especially proud of the portrait of Hiram, which graces the salon of the founder. You do know that Hiram founded the Masonry. He was the architect of the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. He was also some sort of a martyr. Personally, I believe Masonry was founded long before the erection of Solomon's Temple. It probably dates back to ancient Egypt.
Would you share with me the origins of the Masonic ritual?
The first who left traces of our Mason principles were the builders of the pyramids in Egypt. Using columns is a more recent practice. The pyramid is older, and as far as I'm concerned, I find it is far more accurate to symbolize the wisdom of the first Masons.
Greetings, Mozart. It's always a pleasure to see you back in Prague.
Ilan Havel, I was expecting to see you here, old friend. Didn't you change your mind?
No, I have not changed my idea, Mozart. If you ask me, I wish Prague and the whole Bohemia was independent from the Habsburg Empire.
Would you happen to have a spare pair of gloves?
Alas, my dear friend, I only have this beaten old pair that my poor old daddy left me after he passed away. I'm afraid I can't help you.
There's many clockworks packed in these drawers, and there are words engraved next to each drawer. Everything seems to be locked. Here's something I can use to write. As soon as I can, I should respond to my friend Haydn to thank him for sending me the Book of Harmonies. The portrait of Hiram, the architect of the temple, the founder of the Masonic order. He's been called the Premier. I know you can't talk until you are initiated, but you are authorized to play the piano. Do you compose your own music? Can you play some of it for me?
So there he is, our young apprentice. His music is quite pleasant.
Mozart, you should encourage him a bit. I've been told he admires you deeply.
Young man, I don't know what kind of joke this is, but what you call your composition is a pale copy of my own 38th Symphony. That's outrageous, and I will demand that my brothers gathered here duly reprimand this fakery.
Mozart, I have to confess I don't understand what all the fuss is about.
You're out of control, Mozart. I beg you to be more courteous.
Be warned that this will not stand. My dear little sir, soon enough we'll come to terms as far as your frail talent for imitation is concerned.
Sir, you cannot get in without the proper ceremonial attire.
The piece the apprentice just played is a pure mimic of one of my compositions.
Show a bit of restraint, please. Such hostility towards the apprentice would be inappropriate.
I found the scarf and the apron in the cloakroom. Can you let me see the venerable Schultz now?
I am sorry, but gloves are also required for the attire to be complete.
There were no gloves in the cloakroom.
That's unfortunate. You should ask one of the brothers to lend you a pair.
I've been feeling a bit lonely since I arrived. Would you be able to arrange for some female company, Mozart?
I got carried away. Still, the piece played by this young man is a perfect plagiarism of one of my own compositions.
No need to apologize. I myself find that certain lodges are a bit lax as far as recruiting new apprentices goes.
Please accept my apologies for daring to ask this, but would you accept to lend me your gloves?
Alas, I don't have a spare pair.
Among brothers, we can help each other, but still, don't count on me to go out of my way and lend you some money.
The dishonesty of this apprentice leaves me stupefied.
Mozart, I don't get it. You claim the apprentice copied one of your pieces? Anton Epoch, let me tell you, is the offspring of a most revered dynasty of watchmakers, which gave Prague more masterpieces than you'll ever be able to produce. Anton cannot be a faker. I vouch for his honesty. You must have heard wrong.
Would you have by any chance a spare pair of gloves?
I am provident, and I do have a spare pair of gloves. Still, I'll only lend it to you when you manage to prove to me your degree of initiation. In order to do so, you'll have to solve the temple's riddle.
I am ready now. Tell me about the enigma.
And so it goes. What are the values on which Solomon's temple stands? Answer this question, and I'll give you the key that will allow you to resolve the temple's riddle. Mozart, you still don't know the answer to the question? You should be more persistent.
I know the answer to your question. The temple is built on strength and stability, so it seems.
Absolutely true. So you see, thanks to me, you became wiser. I'll reward you with this key, which is going to help you reach the next stage. The columns of the temple hold the most precious knowledge. I challenge you to learn how to build one using the principles of the early Mason architects. In order to do so, you have to be able to open the small cabinet on the wall behind you. Inside, you will find a miniature column that is geared with a very ingenious mechanism. If you are truly knowledgeable, I am sure you'll solve this enigma.
Very well. I am at your service. I'll come back after you manage to reassemble the column. Here, engraved on the door of the cabinet, a picture that resembles the mythical temple of Solomon. Well, it seems I solved Keller's enigma, and without even using a treaty on mechanics. My friend Haydn would be proud of me.
While you're here, you should take the time to get acquainted with the rites of our Prague chapter. Observe and wise up.
I solved the enigma of the temple's column. Will you stand by your word?
Most certainly, brother. I gladly lend you this pair of gloves.
That's locked.
Sir, you cannot get in without the proper ceremonial attire.
That's locked. That's locked. That's locked.
The gathering is about to start. You should hurry up and rejoin your brothers.
The Venerable Schultz is expecting me. Please let him know I'm here.
I see that you are now wearing the proper attire. The Venerable will see you immediately.
Mozart, I'm so glad you could make it. We are welcoming a new apprentice, young Anton Epoch. Anton specifically requested your presence at the ceremony. He has composed a symphony and would like you to direct it.
Venerable, you do know I only direct my own compositions.
Certainly, but meet him, listen to his piece, and I'm sure you're going to like it. He sits in the founder's salon, waiting for his initiation to start.
A picture of the god Hermes. He gave men writing and metric.
Ah, I'm so happy you were able to free yourself. Rumors pretend that the Emperor has disappeared with his army. That's sad news, as he always protected our Masonic activities. Should the Emperor pass away, Leopold will then step up to the throne, and as far as I know, he disagrees with our practices.
The Emperor is fine. I met him.
It's hard for me to believe you, Mozart. I wonder if you are not the object of some kind of fabrication.
I am appalled to have to report that the young Epoch is a forger.
Mozart, quiet down. This is surely a misunderstanding. It will be cleared as soon as Anton is allowed to talk. Members of the Assembly will now cast their votes in order to decide whether we welcome the young Epoch in our circle of initiation. Of course, Mozart, you shall vote too. The apprentice strongly wished so.
I'm not sure I can have an objective opinion about him, Venerable.
We keep our quarrels outside the temple. I entrust you with the coffer we use to cast our vote. You should prepare it as required by the rite.
As far as politics go, we're like cats and dogs, but humanely, I always enjoy your company.
What did you think of that wicked apprentice?
You've been a bit rough with the young man, Mozart.
His so-called composition was only a rough mimic of one of my own pieces.
His father is a celebrity in Prague, and if you expect to be welcomed in our city, you better be careful. There is no doubt that Epoch Senior leans heavily on our weak Venerable, so his son would be granted access to the lodge.
Have you mastered at last the values of the temple?
The values of the temple still seem a bit obscure to me. I'm not attracted to the occult. To me, Masonry is really about seeking freedom and respect for individuals, as we should all be equals.
Havel, how should I arrange the tools for the ceremony?
You should display them abiding to the local rite. First the ruler, then the compass, then the square, and finally the hammer.
Havel, how should I arrange the tools for the ceremony?
You should display them abiding to the local rite. First the ruler, then the compass, then the square, and finally the hammer.
I've been feeling a bit lonely since I arrived. Would you be able to arrange for some female company, Mozart?
Would you please, my dear brother, enlighten me about the values of the temple?
Values of the temple should always be abided to. They are symbolized by the 2 columns that were set at the entrance of the Temple of Solomon.
Oh, and what are the names of these columns?
Be patient, Mozart. If you manage to go through 2 or 3 degrees of further initiation, then you should have their names revealed.
I need the Masonic tools to prepare the voting coffer.
Is that so? In this case, take the square, Mozart, and use it wisely.
Ah, I'm so happy you were able to free yourself.
The coffer is ready, Venerable.
Perfect, Mozart. We shall proceed with the voting. All the brothers have voted. Now it's your turn, Mozart. Take this. The white ball means yes. The black one means no. The vote is not secret. You can ask who voted what. In order to make your decision, you place one of the balls in the coffer. Sirs, I regret that you decided to reject the request of Anton Epoch. His father and him will be deeply disappointed. I will inform him of the sad news now.
Oh, help! Help me, brothers!
I found him like that when I entered the room. I don't know what happened.